All right, what I want to show first is a good way, like it's kind of how it started. This position started turning into the position it is. It's from the leg drag pass, all right? So I want to get past her legs. There's all kinds of different ways to pass the card. But with a leg drag pass, this is going to put me right into that leg drag position. All right. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can do it off of a transition and stuff like that, or you can force it. So that's what I'm going to show right now. So when I go for my leg drag pass, I really like to control the shins here. All right. What I'm wanting to do is start stepping in enough to load up her hips. If I try to just grab it out here and then try to step drag, there's so much distance I have to cover. So I control both shins and I step in just enough. Like I'm right there on her hip line right here. So, and that loads her hips up. If you can see that it lifts her hips up. What she does, like, there's two things she's going to do. She's just not going to do anything, like from here, or she's going to push into it. If she pushes into it, that's when the leg drag pass is super easy, but it's not that difficult to get if they don't push back. So if she doesn't push back, that's fine. I'm going to grab her shins, I'm going to step in enough to load her hips up, and just like with the arm drag, I'm going to go 2-on-1 and pull it right here. Like I'm trying to put the back of her knee pit kind of in my pocket. So that's going to make it to where I can transition to that leg drag position really easy. So once it gets there, I can start forcing this down and stapling that far one down. And then in the gi, I grab collar and I'll drop my elbow right there, like right on top of her leg, so she can't bring it back up and over. There's different ways you can control it. But from this position, what I don't want her to do is to bring it back over. Not a big deal if it happens, but she essentially has a half guard now. Except I have that leg pinned. So I really want this position here. Whether I'm grabbing collar and dropping my elbow on it and looking for my different attacks, or say you're doing no-gi, just kind of like ripping, like I have a football here. Like I'm holding that football here. As far as this leg goes, you can have it out and putting pressure on. I like to have it in and clamp down on her hip, and then I can start looking for my different attacks there. But there's a couple different ways that you can be in this position. The Mendez brothers have it where they're out like this, really mobile there. But personally, I find more success right here, clamping down on my hip, controlling there, or using the collar to control here. So right there. So just like before, controlling the shins, loading her hips, 2-on-1, drag, and I can start pushing this down. After this is dragged past, I can start pushing that down, and that also helps control that leg from coming up and over. Because if she gets on this hip, she can start bringing this over and inverting and doing all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But if I load her hips up, drag, and then go here for her, even if she gets on this hip, I go right into that position. Here, or here, and here. Alright? So as far as using it as a pass, super effective, and it puts you right into this position. I'll show different ways to get into the leg drag position, but that's kind of like where you start. Alright, so one more time, kind of fast. I'm going loading the hips, boom, here. And like I said, if it's in the gi, I'm grabbing collar. If it's no gi, I'm going here. But obviously you can do the no-gi style in the gi. Can't really do the gi style no-gi.